Hello America, Blaze Guy Blaster here. To start this video off, you know those, if you grew up in the early 2000s, or played a lot of these Simple Kids games back in 2010, you would probably recognize the selection that I had today. And judging by this tier list, you know I'm making a tier list. So, to kind of understand what I'm making a tier list about, back in the early 2010s, Disney let out these very simple, basic activity games for kids, and none of them were really, given a promo or, a trailer or advertisement, except for, maybe one or two of these. I'm mostly talking about this one. And like I said, they were all very simple games. Some of them were actually more fun than the others, which is why I decided I'm making a tier list about it. So without much further ado, let's dive in. So first off, Dog McStuffin's Time for Your Checkup. This game, as of now, it's definitely meh. A lot of these games are. But I'm just judging by how much fun I have playing and then kind of reflecting back as of today. If you're definitely an older person, more likely all these games you would not care for. So, what was really enjoyable about this? Well, they had different games, they had where you have to put the toys back together because they just randomly combust and just fall apart. And then they swap bodies, so you have to put their heads and arms and legs on the right body. There was another one where you had to basically character would come in, they would not look well, and basically you do basic checkup stuff like reflexes, etc. And then you find out what's wrong, and then you do something to fix it, and then you'd tap on Lammy to give the person there some cuddles. And then the last thing was that you could just look through the big book of boo-boos and then just see what you've done. Like an achievement, kind of, I guess. Yeah, the games are definitely, not the most intense gameplay. Especially, because in all these, there's no way to win or lose. Which, I mean, it's not really supposed to be like a losing game. It's just supposed to be something to pass the time. But I'll give it credit. It is kind of funny to listen to a narrator just say these people's names. If you remember the game, if you remember the show, some of these guys have, the longest names, or just the weirdest ones. Also, I just, in the book, you could just spam the button so you would hear their name. And it's just kind of funny to, just have her spam, repeating herself, like she's stammering. It's funny. So, like I said, a lot of these games are probably going to go into C tier because of the not having the most replay value. But this game was, kind of fun. It was kind of entertaining to play from time to time, so I'm going to say B tier. Next is the Frozen Activity app. There's seemingly maybe 4 of these, but I only remember playing 2. And this one, I do. This one, yeah, I did not really care for this. This was not my favorite. So, the premise for this game was that basically you could just read the story, but it also was not interactive per se, but it was kind of sometimes you would have these animated images, and then you could tap it, and then you could hear it play. And then other times, you could have this actual clip from the film play, a very brief one. basically that was literally all there was to it. You could just switch the viewpoint from Anna to Elsa and talk about what she was doing in that spare time. It was a very boring game. The only two things that were really interesting was that there was a puzzle where you could just put a puzzle together and then you could just draw with this weird like snowflake effect. This one's absolute F tier. Like, I get it, it was made for kids, but even for little kids, I don't really see the enjoyment. I did not care for that. Next, we have the Doc McStuffins Color and Play. There was actually two of these games, as you can see right there. This one, it was meh. Like, I know a lot of these games should be meh, but this one was like, meh. Not as boring as like the Frozen Frozen activity game, but this one was like basically the whole premise of these games that you're supposed to be able to color the background or just color random objects and then it'll affect the real world, but at the same time you can also do these small little activities in the meantime. Like, I think one was that like blame was like dirty or hurt or something, and then you would have to walk over to her toolkit and figure out what's wrong. I just don't have much memory of it, so it was just a little bit more bland. This one I would say is maybe D tier for dull. D for dull. This is the one I'm pretty sure if you ever did play any Disney games, this is what you remember. The episodes. As the commercial says, it's a game and a show. This one was the one that was like always advertised. I was excited for this. But the frustrating thing is, despite it supposed to be something that little kids were supposed to like, they decided this was the game where they were gonna have it where you had to use like these whole trial things, and it was annoying. And because of that, unfortunately, I was like limited to like maybe like one or two. I never got to play like almost any of them. I remember the ones I did play were this one, I mean the Mickey and the Road Rally, Doc McStuffins like Kirby and the King, and oh yeah, and the Sophia the first one. Like, it was only like two of them. I mean, yeah, just 3 games in total. And then for some reason, when I came back to the game, like I never deleted it. It just removed all the games, and I could never replay it. This one, so this game. Sadly, all these games are gone now, even the episode, which it's a shame because I'm pretty sure if they kept episode, like, that could have still given some good money. Because all the games are good. Like, they weren't. Like, the only downside. Oh, yeah, I also did a Lion King. I mean, a Lion Guard one. But, like, the downside is that, like, again, there's not really a way to lose. Which, I mean, again, makes sense. But it was definitely a very fun thing to pass the time. I definitely love this game. It was cool. I just wished you did not have to spend money on it. I'm gonna say maybe A tier. No, this is as good as it gets. Let's do S tier. S for superficient. Okay, next, Mickey's Paint and Play. This one is the same premise as Doc McStuffins, but I liked this one a lot more. Mainly because it had a lot more to do. There was like more ground to cover. You could go through, you could go to the garden, you could go inside the main house, and then you could also go through the kitchen area. It just had a lot more to offer. Not as in like playing the game wise, but like the Diamond Sevens one. But this one, I just preferred this one. I specifically remember like me always getting like a little terrified because like the thing is you could pick a place for the characters to go to, for like Mickey or Minnie, depending on which area you're at, and they'll walk far away or very close, and then I would, whenever it was Halloween or not, I would paint. You could paint the characters. I would paint Minnie to have like one of those like lost episode creepypasta looks, and then point to her like to come close to the screen, and I would be scared. I remember if you went to the kitchen, you could make your own cupcake in there. That was cool. I would say like this one was just more memorable, so I'm gonna put it in like maybe C tier. C for classy. Jacob Neverland Pirates. Yeah, Jake's Neverland Pirate School. This game I don't remember much of, which is probably a problem. But from what I do know, I remember I really loved it because it had a lot more activities and that you could actually probably like lose to. Like I know one was that like you had to move the ship out of the way from rocks. You had to steer it somehow. I think there were levels. I don't think so. I think there was one where you could take a picture with Captain Hook and then add something in the background. And as the picture happens, something goes wrong. Maybe that was the VTech app I had that also had like activity stuff. But this one had a little bit of variety, and I remember liking this game. I don't remember playing it much, but I liked it. I'll put it in B tier. Next is Disney Infinity, and I mean the mobile version. And not like the updated Android version that came maybe like a year before before Disney Infinity decided to get canned. Sad. Wah, wah. But the mobile one, this one was alright. It was fun. I remember playing it a lot, for sure. But I just do not have the biggest memories of it. It was, like I said, it's definitely not bad. I just don't remember much. Also, because you had to pay money for the backgrounds and the actual characters, because this one, it wasn't like toys come to life. No, you just bought the characters. You couldn't really change the environment. You couldn't really add any like, not anything really amazing like in the original. I mean, like in Disney Infinity 3.0 stuff. It was like in its 1 point. It was like the 1.0. I mean, the nice thing is that you didn't have to pay to add new like items in the area. Or came with it. And also you could play these mini game challenges to unlock different characters if you like get the golden badge. You could like unlock Dash for free. This one was definitely a very fun one. I'll put it in A tier, A for awesome. Okay, two more. I'm just gonna drag her down because let's just go over her. This one was Frozen Story Theater. This one, not bad. I definitely much like this one, and this one, not this one. I played this one a lot. I was like really in love with this one. This one is definitely better than that one, cause I don't think it was where you read the full story. I forget exactly how it worked. I remember there's one where you could pick a setting, pick two characters, and then pick an item. And it would kind of like tell a story that way. Another one where I forget how it worked. And then there was a third one which was basically free play where you could pick any setting, pick any items, and then pick any character to have in there. And like I remember I spammed the character spawn in button. I just made millions. I think I wanted to make a few videos on my channel. Was that when I was younger, but I never did. Oh no, so I tried to make some monster movie, I think was it. But I added so many people and the recording button was so long that like it just crashed on me. I had fun memories with this one. This one goes into maybe B tier. Yeah. Okay, this one, the Monsters University app. This one was like a basic like you in it was fun because it was kind of like three different kind of games. One it was like an infinite runner, and another one was like kind of like a stealth game. Another was like race against the clock. This one had a lot of variety in it, and I wish they did not get rid of it. The thing with that app is that and you collected coins in the game. I think whether through getting high scores or other stuff. I no, you get coins and then you need to get more coins so you can unlock other characters. Like you start off with Mike, then you get Sully, then you get Squishy, then you get the Doc. I think I don't think I've ever got into Doc. I think I may have like one time got to Squishy, but I don't remember. This game I loved because there was actually a way to lose, which definitely automatically makes it an S tier, and it had a lot of replay value because then you could try to get the characters, and I'm happy that they added like the librarian level, because originally it was just catch Archie, goes through the toxicity, and that was it. Honestly, my least favorite was the Archie one because it was almost impossible to figure out how you're supposed to control that. But it was fun. So, S tier. So yeah, we have a wonderful variety collection. Well, that wraps up today's video. If you like what you saw, leave a like and subscribe. And this is my own personal opinion. This was my childhood. And now that we were able to get my very broken iPad to work, maybe who knows? Maybe I'll try to see if I can replay these. Leave a like and subscribe, and bye bye.